Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I am your host Armando Venditti, and in this installment of Was This Their Best, I'm going to be looking at an album that was released in the mid-70s, 1976 to be exact. The band was formed in around 1974, 75, and the band is Rainbow, and the album is Rising. Now, this album was recorded in about a month's time. And I'll just give you a bit of background. Rainbow were born out of Ritchie Blackmore, who was a guitarist for Deep Purple, wanted to leave the band around 1974 because he was feeling that Deep Purple were going into more of a R&B funk kind of an arena music-wise, and he wasn't really into that. He wanted to form a hard rock band which had, I would say, classical elements to it. And when I explain more, you'll see why. Um, they were touring in the mid 70s with an opening band by the name of Elf. And Elf were basically a hard rock band, but more of a country rock kind of a flavor to them. Their lead singer, Ronnie James Dio, had a hell of a voice, a powerful, very emotional, very emotive voice. Um, and he and he and Ritchie Blackmore got along very well. So Blackmore and Dio talked about forming a band together, and Blackmore had wanted to record some stuff. The track that they recorded in the studio together during some downtime from Deep Purple was called Black Sheep of the Family. So they went on to record their debut album. Ritchie Blackmore at this point had left Deep Purple, and they had recorded their debut album called Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, signed to Polydor Records, and they enjoyed what they were doing. It was a hit. Modest or not, it was a hit. So they continued. At this point, Blackmore basically fired the remaining members of Elf as his backing band. He kept Ronnie James Dio, and they started to record what would become Rising. Again, as I said, it was recorded in around a month's time. It was produced by Martin Birch, who at that point had produced Black Sabbath, most notably Black Sabbath, sorry. And in this incarnation of Rainbow, you had Ronnie James Dio on vocals, you had Tony Carey on keyboards, Ritchie Blackmore on guitars, Jimmy Bain on bass, and that made up what people would say is the classic lineup of Rainbow. Um, the album itself is Rainbow Rising is considered to be hard rock. I guess you'd say the beginnings of heavy metal, because it is very guitar driven, very heavy drums. Cozy Powell on drums on this album is just bloody amazing. I can't say enough about it. There are 6 tracks on the album. I'll go through the track listing: Terror Woman, Run with the Wolf, Starstruck, Do You Close Your Eyes? That's side 1. Side 2 consists of only 2 tracks. The epic Stargazer that clocks in at 8 minutes and about 30 seconds, and A Light in the Dark, A Light in the Black, sorry. The album for me is probably where they hit their peak. Tony Carey's keyboard playing on this album is just stellar. It's amazing. And there have been rumors that Ritchie Blackmore did not get along with Tony Carey. In fact, according to Ronnie James Dio, he could be quite cruel to Tony Carey, and was on quite a few occasions. Cozy Powell's drumming from the word go is just top notch. You could not get a heavier hitting drummer than Cozy Powell at this time. Terror Woman starts off the album, and it starts with a keyboard intro. I cannot speak this morning. With a keyboard intro that is just amazing. The drums kick in, and right from that point, the song takes off. Run with the Wolf Again is the second track. It's a good mid-pace number. But I gotta say too, Ronnie James Dio's vocals on this album are just phenomenal. He's in top form on every album. It's unfortunate that he said in a 1994 interview for a German magazine, I saw the video for it because it was taped, that this album was not a pleasure to make. He said that the first four songs were okay, but that Stargazer and A Light in the Black were basically an excuse for a guitar solo and a keyboard solo from the two respective members, Ritchie Blackmore and Tony Carey. Do You Close Your Eyes, that ends side one, is just a very fast-paced, very sort of rocking number, a lot of heavy guitars. Side two starts off with Stargazer. Now, Stargazer, from the word go, is just phenomenal. Basically talks about, and again, most of the subject matter in terms of the lyrics on this album talk about, wandering travelers, mystical figures, demons and wizards and witches and warlocks, and which is what at the time Blackmore wanted in his musical content, lyrical content, and Ronnie James Dio was more than happy to deliver, and he did so beautifully. Stargazer basically talks about this figure who comes into town and is telling people, follow me, I have what you need, I have all the answers to enlightenment and eternal peace and happiness. Believe me, I am what you need. Until people start to realize he is nothing like he says. The answers do not lie within his grasp. In fact, his so-called knowledge is what brings him down in the end. So it sounds a lot like the political leaders around today, but we won't go into that. So, and again, it is just an amazing piece of songwriting, and it features the Munich Philharmonic Orchestra on a string arrangement. It's just beautiful. It's a very emotional track, and I can't say enough about it. Again, it clocks in at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. So I urge you, if you haven't heard it yet, I urge you to please go check it out. After that is A Light in the Black, and it's almost like how can I put it? It's like the ending to the saga. It's part 2 of the Stargazer saga, basically saying, we believed this guy. We thought he had all the answers. He told us he had all the answers. He didn't. And it's amazing. It's a wonder that we got out of this alive. But what's going to happen to us now? So it's sort of like the two tracks on side 2, Stargazer and A Light in the Black, are sort of like the part 1 and part 2 of a story. And it's done so beautifully. The drumming on A Light in the Black right from the start is just beautiful. It's fast-paced, breakneck tempo. There's a keyboard solo from Tony Carey that is bloody killer. Ronnie James Dio says it was, just an excuse for a keyboard solo. You know what? For me, if it works, bloody keep it. And for me, this works. So yeah, it's only 6 tracks on the album. Very short album. I don't even believe it clocks in at 40 minutes, but you know what? It packs a hell of a punch. So if you want to check out this album, you can get it on Amazon. You can get various different versions of it on Amazon. There's a deluxe version with a second disc of different outtakes and different alternate versions of the tracks on the album. Apparently, Stargazer on the deluxe version has a keyboard intro from Tony Carey that was cut. So you can get it on Amazon. You can get it at your local record store. You can get it on Discogs. I do believe, for me, that this was their best album in this incarnation of Rainbow. So I don't know if you could tell from my ranting and raving about it, but yes, this is their best album, in my very, very humble opinion. So that's it for now. Please, again, go check out the album and let me know what you think. Put your comments down below. Let me know what you think about it. Do you hate it? Do you like it? Do you think it's the best? Do you not? What have you? Please hit like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep on top of any new content that I'm going to be putting up, which I will be putting up a few. We're taping a few today and putting them up throughout the week and next week as well. So I hope you guys are having a great day. It's early for me here in the morning. I'm going to go get my day started, and I hope you do as well. And I hope you guys take care of each other and yourselves and have a fantastic day. Bye for now.